Good afternoon, my family members. How are you doing this afternoon? It is admin chats with farm members this afternoon. Like we usually do it, we are here to continue with the discussion on the boy child. And it has been an interesting discussion starting from yesterday on the page with Nurse Angel. Today, we are going to continue with the discussion. And so, we are calling on you wherever you are. Join us for this chat with the admin on the boy child. It's going to be an interesting engagement, and we hope that you will also make your own contribution as we discuss the topic together. Uh, Other admins will be joining. Admin Dorcas is already here and she's about to join. We are going to have other people joining us to share their own thought on the issue that concerns the boy child. And, you know, the world is a place where both the boy child and the girl child exist. But we are very particular about the boy child today because there are so many things that we need to get, many questions that we need to get answers. The boy child is somebody that is very special, but most of times is neglected by the society. I think the boy child has not been given full attention just like the girl child is being given full attention. We're not trying to bring up a kind of a boy versus girl. We're not trying to bring up a competition between the boy and the girl. No, we are trying to shed light on uh, why the boy child should be focused on, just like the girl child is focused on. And therefore, I want to welcome you to this discussion this afternoon. You can comment and tell us where you are watching from. Tell us your state, the country, or your location in any part of the world that you are watching this live stream from. Therefore, um, I will be reading your comments, farm members. Okay, let me see if I can see your comments from this live stream. All right, invite others to join us as I wait the comments. Invite others to join us. Let's see what they can also contribute. If you see any ad popping on this video, please, you can as well click on the ad to ensure that you watch the ad because we encourage that here. So, farm members, here we are once again. And I want to ask this question as I wait for other admins to join us. Who is a boy child? Who is a boy child? Farm members, who is a boy child? You can write your comments in the comment section. Oh, I am not seeing the comments yet, but I can see on the screen comments are popping up. Who is a boy child? You can comment and let's get your opinion about who a boy child is. Yeah, keep your comments coming. Keep your comments coming. Keep sharing the link to other groups. Share the links to other pages. Invite your friends to join this live stream. Keep your comments coming. All right. I am still trying to get access to the comments section as it stands. Keep your comments coming. Let's keep engaging. All right. I think Dorcas's network is challenging. Okay. I can see some people are already commenting. Let me come closer to be able to see the comments. Okay. Mary says good. Mary, how do you do this afternoon? All right. Thank you for your comments, Mary. Mary said good. Um, we are still going, and your comments are really popping in. Thank you very much. From my own end here, I can't see the comments. Maybe my network is keeping the comments from. Okay. Uh, well done, admin. Chin Talk. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate. And well done to you for joining the live stream. Dorcas is here already. Dorcas, you are welcome to the live stream. How are you this afternoon? If you can hear me, Dorcas, you can greet the family members.
Yeah, thank you, Admin Chibest. Good afternoon, family members. How is your day going? And welcome to another talk show, a chat with the admin. Today, we are going to enjoy today's show because we want to know the importance of a boy child. What is boy child is all about? Then, let me say the mentality
You can
of
greet the family
Uma
members.
of a boy child. What is boy child is all Sorry.
About.
Then, let me say the African mentality about the boy's child. So those are the things we are going to discuss here this afternoon. Thank you.
Chintalk, you're muted. And Chibase, if you can hear me, you can also talk. Can you hear me?
Okay, good afternoon, in our mind family members. Uh, Welcome to another interesting edition of in our mind family members and admin. And we also want to continue with our topic, which Nosenja started yesterday on the boy child. My fellow admin, Doka, said something about how we Africans in Nigeria also what we think and how we reason about the boy child. And I will tell you that most of our rationales about the boy child is something that I will tell you that needs to change. And today we want to come and also point out one or two things about the boy child and also tell our own experience if we have any. But we must have, yeah, we must have one. I myself, I think I have. Because when I was growing up, they tell you that you are a man. You get it. You are a man. So that you are a man has caused a lot of things in our society. I don't know why it's like that. So today I want to also talk about it and also to celebrate the boy child because most often, particularly when we come to celebration, we didn't remember anything uh, boy child men. I can remember this year women mothers were celebrated like more than 6 times. If you wake up one morning, they say it's Women's Day. Wake up another day, Mother's Day. Wake up another day, Mother's Day. At some point, I was like, this Mother's Day, is it like it's every month that we are celebrating Mother's Day? And it's so so funny that even we as men and boys, we don't even remember that there is what we call Boys Day, and it come that particular day when someone talk about it, and we are like, even the guys don't even know to celebrate the Boys Day. So, but I wanted also to use this opportunity to talk about these particular things that we neglect, and also some of I would say, ills when it comes to boys, things that they believe that they can do. Because even yesterday, while we on a show, one of our guests, which is Bami, was crying. And when they say, "Are you crying?" She said, "No. but you see tears going out of the eye. And he said, no, I'm not crying. Imagine. That is because of what the society have made it to be. Because he thought that if he said, yes, I'm crying, everybody will say you are a weak man. But that's not the truth. So this is our things that we wanted to discuss today. And thank you for being here always. And it's actually going to be interesting. Welcome back, Chintok. Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me now. I had to go out to come back. Okay, thank you so much. All right, we can continue with our discussion on the boy child, and let's have our opinion. Um, should we say that what is happening to the boy child? Is it okay? What do you think is wrong with the boy child? What do you think is wrong with the boy child that needs to be addressed? Let's hear from you. Dorcas, you're not a boy, but I know you are a mother.
I don't know if it is my network or Chintok because I can't hear him. Yeah.
I think it's Chintok network.
Someone else should carry on.
Okay. So admin Umaru said, I am admin. So uh, Adewala said, boy child is a male from birth until adulthood. Is a young male human being who is still growing and developing physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. That is from Adewale. That is his definition as a boy child. And Messi said the boy child is not given enough opportunity to interact. That is from Messi. Yeah. Then I can't hear you. I think he's talking about Chintok. Yeah. So sorry about that. No sound. I believe you can hear me now. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, say yes. But Docas, you can hear me, right?
We can hear you.
All right. So I can hear you. Okay. So there's a question I think Chintok asked when he said, "What is wrong with please, Chibes? Can you speak louder?" Okay. Let me clear my throat. Okay. There's a question that Chintok asked. Yeah, he asked a question about what is wrong with the boy child. And I wanted him to narrate ask the question very well because I wanted to know what is wrong in terms of what aspect. That is it. But I think nothing is wrong with a boy child, but culture, tradition, and society have made it to look like how it is, particularly in Africa today and in Nigeria. They always think that a boy child have a hierarchy. Let's talk about that one. I remember a story my dad tells me. He says that even if a woman is 90 years and a boy is there, even if the boy is 10 years, that the woman that is 90 years cannot break Korah, cannot break Korah. That a boy of 10 years can break a Korah in the congregation, but a woman of 90 years cannot break Korah. And I was like, why is it like that? So you see these kind of things, try to, uh, will I call it, what will I even call it? That kind of thing, which started to build up some certain feelings to the what to the boy child. You get it, and you see that even in the family, you see that a lot of boy child are being neglected to do family chores. You get it. Everything is being pushed to the girl, and most of the times I will ask myself question: why is it so? Because if you check, you understand that this boy child we are talking about will also grow and be part of the society. You get it? So let's read comment from Messi. Messi said, "The boy child is saddened with so much responsibility from their childhood that they feel so strong. That they feel so strong is the outside, and some are broken in their inside mind." Yeah, and Afolabi said, "Boys have emotion because they are human beings, just like girls. Emotion helps people express how they feel and react to situations around them. Some reasons boys have emotion are they experience feeling naturally. Boys feels happy, sad, fear, anger, love, and excited like everyone else. Family and relationship affects them. The way parents, friends, and teachers treat boys.
I think Chomi, you can dive in, or Dorcas. I think Chibe's network is bad. Yeah. Good afternoon. We can't hear you. I think the boys' network is bad.
Hello everyone. I'm actually live too. Hello Dorcas.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma. How is the day going?
I eventually can't hear you anymore.
Can you hear me now?
Wow.
Good afternoon, ma.
Chami, you may need to go out and come back.
No. Let me bubble that from here.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, as we're saying, um, when Admichin Talk was talking, then I remember something. That was around, I think, around 2 months ago. There was a particular boy that one contest creator helped. Then this boy was picking all these mental, like nails and all those things. So he will pick them, bottles and everything to go and sell. Then when this man now saw the boy, then he called him to just to interrogate him and to not to help him to interrogate him. Do you know what? Is this boy was, I think, 13 years old. This boy was 13 years old, and is this boy that is carrying the responsibilities of the family. Imagine, of the family. 13 years old boy carrying the responsibilities of the family, because according to the boy, the story we heard, the father was the father was irresponsible. The father left the mother when they were still a baby. When they were still a baby. Imagine a boy child. So I can say both child, they go through a lot. What the mother now says that the boy should be picking all these things. They will sell it. In fact, the content creator was asking him that how much does he make per day. Then he said 2,000 naira. Just look at the stress this boy will go through before having that 2,000 naira. Just to do what? To take the responsibilities of the family. So I can say from my own end that boy child, they go through a lot. Because we think that, oh, you are a man. They will even be saying that you have to learn now. Like you have to learn. You have to learn by this stage before, because when you get old, you will adapt to it. Just look at that mentality. Look at that mentality. So I will say, boys child, they go through a lot. They go through a lot. So from my whole end, I will say boys child go through a lot. And we have to know that. And when men cry, they will be like, oh, you are a man. You don't have to cry. You have to be strong. And we have to have this in mind that men, they have emotions too. It is okay to cry. Yes, it is very, very okay to cry. In fact, sometimes if you cry, you will feel relieved. You like, yeah, you will feel relieved. But when you see men crying, you'll be like, oh, you are a weak man. Who does that? You don't have to cry. You are a weak man. So we want to change this mentality in our society today that men have emotions too. And men, boys, life matters. Thank you. So let me leave the remaining to Admin Chintok to take over.
Thank you, Admin Dorcas, for being in charge. And when I came back, I heard you talking about the financial pressure, the early financial pressure that families impose on the male child, which is doing a whole lot of damage to the boy child today in our society. Chibest, um, can you tell us at what age was that pressure exerted on you as a male child from maybe your family, maybe from your friends? At what age do you have any experience? Share with us. Thank you.
What kind of pressure are you talking about? Because there are so many. Is it financial pressure?
Financial pressure.
Okay, I would say that I'm talking about myself. I would say that I didn't experience that until lately. Yeah, my parents have not actually pushed such pressure on me. Yeah, they do not. I would say they do. They don't even request for money from me. I give them at my will. You get it. So they do not that. The only people I would say that put pressure on me when it comes to money were my brothers, my siblings, but my parents do not. Yeah, so that is it. But as a human being, you have to also do what you know you have to do. You get it. That they do not ask for doesn't mean that they do not need it. But not that they all the time they call persuading, I need money, I need money, I need money. They do not. So it's just my brothers that always call, please, can you give me money and all that. So that is that. But another pressure that I will tell you that I would say is lately is I don't know why. Lately, I will not lie. The pressure is too much when it comes to demands of money. You get it. The pressure is too much, particularly now when it comes to demand of money. And when you don't give it, the person will think that you don't want to give it. Most especially, they will say you have the money. You get it? They will say you have the money. They don't even know if you have the money or not. So these are one of the pressure that men face. You get it? I'm talking about myself. So from my siblings, when they ask for money, they are mellow. I will not lie because my mom don't give birth to any female. We are only boys, boys, boys. You get it? But they are my junior. Some of them are my juniors. Some of them are my seniors too. So that is another aspect of it. And that is one area that I will tell you that men, not just me, also are being pressurized. But it shouldn't be so. You get it. So in terms of family, my parents do not pressurize me when it comes to money. But in another aspects where I would say they will push you or they pushed me is they will tell you go and make money. You are a man, but they didn't ask me for money. You get it? They will say go and make money. Eh? Is it not your mates are hustling? Go and hustle, make money. So that is with the area that I would say they push, but I don't see it as a pressure. I see it as an encouragement to be a better self. So that is it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chibest. You know, this issue of early financial pressure that is being exacted on the male or the boy child, it's something of concern. You see the pressure comes with such a weight that it will push some of these boys into doing things that are illegal, simply just to meet up with the demands from the family. Sometimes you find these boys doing some of these jobs that they are not even strong enough to do, and it's impacting on their health. Sometimes they go as far as committing crimes. You can see, most especially, sometimes they will say you are the firstborn. You are the firstborn. I was inside KK one day coming back from town, and I was opportune to hear a conversation between two friends that I was seated with at the back of the keke. One of them was telling the other one that, my father is pressurizing me to get a job, that I am old enough to start bringing money home. And when you look at that young man, he's still in the secondary school, but his father is still pressurizing him to go out and work like other boys. I think, do you think the father is helping such a boy that is still in the secondary school? The uniform he was wearing is that of the junior secondary school, not the senior secondary school. Because here in Kaduna, we have a particular uniform for the senior secondary school and for the junior secondary school. So you easily identify if they are in the senior or in the junior secondary school. That boy was in the junior secondary school looking at his uniform, and he's talking about this pressure that his father is putting on him to go out and work to bring money home like his friends are doing. I think parents see what other boys are doing and they want them to bring money home. What do you think about this kind of pressure on the boy child? Let me direct this question to Madam Chairman Ebolisa. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
No, I'm not seeing you. Say something. Say something.
Okay, good. All right. You were talking about the pressure mounted on that boy. First of all, I want to be happy that I want to say I'm happy that the boy was able to start expressing himself to his friends. That's a thumbs up for the boy, first of all. His ability to be able to express his emotion is a road to success for him. I see no reason why his father would want to start pushing him, as young as he is, to go out and start making money. Has he been equipped enough? Has he been equipped educationally enough? Has he also been equipped emotionally enough? Has he been equipped strength enough? Because for you to tell a boy child to get into the street and start making money, I think you need to you need to give him all the mentorship he requires or he needs. His father, first of all, probably started his own life that way, and as far as the man is concerned, is a norm, right? Is a norm that when you get to a certain age, maybe you get to 14 years, you started bringing money home, whether you like it or not. They don't also care how you get the money. You get it rightly, it doesn't concern them. You get it wrongly, it doesn't concern them. What concerns them is that at the end of the day, you come home with money. Now, these same parents do not even ask or want to know if the money was gotten rightly, like I said, which also is a wrong path for the boy child. You know, with us or with the world, everybody somehow eventually got focused on the girls and decided to abandon the boys. They forget that these boys too have their own issues. These boys too have their own problems. These boys too, you need to listen to them when they talk. You need to mentor these boys. Fortunately, I have two boys, right? My first is 16 and going to 17 by November, and my second just turned 15. There's something I do. I try to fill in the gap for them. I decided to get a mentor because as a woman, there are things that these boys may not want to discuss with me, but would want to discuss with their mentor. So I started up with mentorship for them. This mentoring them helps them speak their mind. Like the boy that was talking to his friend, I was glad that boy at least could express to his friends that, see what I'm going through with my dad. I don't understand this, my father. I think my father is old school. How can he be asking me now to go and look for money at this my age? How? The boy was not taught farming, that you will say, okay, he will go and farm and make money. The farming may be plant farming or poultry farming or piggery farming or whichever farming, livestock or whatever. The father never taught him that. And now the man is looking for money. How? The father never also said, I'm going to put you through, maybe there's this thing the Igbos do. They call it Nwaboy. The boy being a Nwaboy or something, going to learn how to earn money for himself. His parents didn't put him through that. And then the man wants money. How or where would the boy get the money from? Where? How will he get the money from? So I think that boy, I'm glad that the boy could also speak to his friend to say, see what I'm going through. For him, it's already beginning to be a road to success for him. He didn't bottle up his emotions or bottle up all the things his parents have been saying. And then, sometimes when you see them go through, they don't talk out, they don't speak out, they bottle their emotions. At the end of the day, they begin to do things they ought not to do. The pressure becomes too much for them. You begin to see them want to smoke. They feel that when they go to smoke, I will feel better. They begin to drink. Oh, if I go to drink now, I will feel better. They begin to womanize because they feel that all these things they tell them, oh boy, if you get too much pressure, come go drink now, you go feel all right. Oh boy, come go smoke now, you go feel all right. Oh boy, come now, make we go one girl place, you go feel all right. Right? But now, because the boy has spoken up, I'm sure his friends, the one on the left, the one on the right, would have given him one advice that will be valuable to him. And I also know that you, Chintalk, would have also turned back to say to the boy, oh no, this is what life is supposed to be. True or false? I rest my case.
You have said a lot within this shortest period of time, and I was listening to all that you've said. You spoke about peer pressure in your comment. You also spoke about mentorship. You used your two boys as example, getting a mentor for them, and looking at the boy child, looking at the life of a boy child. Mr. Gary, you are welcome. Good to have you here. And I know that you have two boys as well. How do you, as a father, play the role of a mentor in the lives of your boys so that they will become men that show emotion? They will become men that will become financially responsible at the time they are supposed to be when they grow up. How do you play your role as a mentor in their life so that other children that are out there, other boys that are out there without a mentor can learn something from this? I think other parents also can learn something from your own experience. Let's share your experience with us. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Okay, in my own case, children, most especially the boy child, they learn from example. And every boy child example is the father. Every boy child is the father. So most times, because I'm a boy, I know my challenges as a child. I know most times I would have loved to discuss this with my father. But because my father will see, we either say, I thought you are wise. Why will you even think of doing things like this? Why will you even do this? Why will you even think this? I don't discuss things like this with my father. So in my own case, I brought out my childhood. I just copied my childhood. All the problems I faced while growing up, I try as much as possible to make my children comfortable with me first as a father. Though they are my friends, but I made it very clear for them that I am a hardened friend. Like a friend that is not just your friend that you play on the floor with. Is a friend that is here to guide you. Then secondly, for my children, actually, apart from showing them from example, I try as much as possible to, if I must deny something from you, for instance, you want to go and play ball or whatever, I will always give you reasons why that is not good. I live in the main road now. They might want to use their hand and be crossing main road. I can't come, I will smack you. Don't do that. Don't ever try that. To them, they think they are exploring and you are denying them that little period to show themselves, you know. But what I usually do is I would tell them that it's not that you can't cross this road, but you need guidance. Eventually, if you cross without guidance, you might be hit by a car. It might break your leg forever. Do you want to be like somebody that broke his leg forever? Say, Daddy, no, I don't want to be like that person. That's an example. I'm just giving you as an example. I don't want to be like that. I said, that is the reason why, if you must do this, this is the consequences. Most times when we correct you, we are not correcting you because that's your mistake will affect us. It's you that the mistake will affect. Well, we try as much as possible to avoid that regret that you will regret when you grow up. Because most of us had that regret. There are certain things we would have done better if we had that mentor. So I teach them mostly by example and I have discussions with them. I discuss with them. Most times when they come back from school, my way of, normally I don't really ask you what happened in the school. No. I usually tell them, come and tell me a story. And kids tell you exactly what is happening around them as a story. Yeah. So I mentor them through my behavior around them, and by teaching, not by actually shouting on them, by actually teaching them the consequences of actions they take. Then they are my friends, but I'm the strict friend, not like a friend that you can. I try as much as possible to give them, okay, let me give you instances. There was a time I gave my sons, two of my sons, egg. And I told them that the bird dropped the egg. The bird gave me the eggs that I should share between two of them. That they should take care of the bird. The bird will come and carry the egg and go and hatch it. So one of my sons kept his, of course, you know the one. One broke his own egg. So he broke it. I told him the consequences. I made him see the consequences of what he did. Every time the bird cries, I said, you've killed a bird baby. So he now apologized and was calm for some time. I gave her another egg to really try him. Said the bird brought another egg. So you have to take care of this egg too. So he actually kept the egg till I decided to collect the egg from him. So that is the little way I teach them. Thank you very much.
For your contribution to this discussion. And I will tell you, I am happy with your contribution. I live in the north, and I know Dorcas live in the west. Chibes currently is in the West as well. Madam Chioma too is in the West, but you also have the experience of how life is in the South or in the East. And I will tell you, we have different cultural practices. Here, some parents, based on their practices, give out their male child, their boys, to other people outside their location, outside the state, to other states, to be trained, to be mentored. And you realize that these mentors give plates to these boys to go out begging, what we call almajiris. You see a small boy on the street carrying a plate, roaming about begging. That's a boy child. What can you say about this kind of a thing? I was in Lagos when we went to meet Nurse Angel, and the driver that carried us in the car to take us back home when we went to the beach to have some fun, he was sharing an experience with us about a man that gave his own son to one teacher, they call him, and the teacher gave these boys plates to go and beg. Whatever they get, they bring it back to him. He takes from it, he feeds them from it. That is a boy child. And that one day the boy went out to beg, a car rammed into him, and the boy died. The person that his car hit the boy now located the teacher of the boy, pleaded with him. The teacher now said they have to go and meet the parents of this boy that the car killed. They traveled all the way to the state where the parents of this boy are living. And when the man got there, he gave the father of this boy the sum of 500,000 naira as a way to uh, kind of calm his emotions down. And when this man saw this money, that when they were about to leave, what the father said, can he give the teacher the other brother to the boy that just got killed, for him to also take him to that very particular school to continue from where the brother stopped. And I was imagining, what kind of a parent is that? Now, in a situation where the father is irresponsible to put the male child or the boy child in the right track, how do we manage this kind of a situation? Because these male child, they need the presence of a role model, not a poor moral role model. So what can you say about that, Chibest? If you have something to say about that, then Madam Chioma, you can also comment on that. Thank you.
Okay. I believe you can hear me. So I think this particular story, I don't know where to start and I don't know where to comment from it. But I think, as you said, you hardly see these things in the, I would say, south or east. Even if you see it, I am talking on my own understanding. Even if you see it, it would be like maybe 10%. If you see it, you get it. And on a case that you said that a child that is very tender, the parents are still alive, and it was given to someone else to train, to mentor, and even at the bad news of the child being uh, killed, the parents didn't even ask a question, but order they requested for the other one to be given to them. Meaning that what are they doing? You can go and kill the other one and bring us money. You see that I would say, is it that they don't care or what? I don't know how to answer this story, but I would say that they are actually I would say, irresponsible to the care and mentor of the children. I don't know why. I don't know. I can't say. But it's not particularly mainly for only boy child. This act is not mainly for only boy child. Also, girl can also go through this. Because if you see these Alamati rates, you see that they are not only boys. You get it? And these people that do these things, I don't know what is their intentions of doing it. Seriously, I can't tell. This is what I have to say. Let me not say what I don't know, please.
Mr. Gary, do you want to say anything?
Okay. Actually, can you hear me? Okay. Actually, yeah. Most times, I think we'll try as much as possible to train the kids that we see around us. You know, training doesn't necessarily mean bringing money to put them in school, but asking questions, asking the right questions. Where are you? What are you doing by this time? Go back home. Where is your parents? I remember there was a time I parked my car, the place I was living before. So I parked my car somewhere. So some kids now broke my side mirror or something. The amount is irrelevant. I would have said, no, don't worry. But because I'm beginning to see those kids, they play rough, and I want to know their parents. So I want to caution the parents about their character. Hence the reason why I made sure that they take me to their parents. Lo and behold, they didn't know that I was going to come because it was in the evening. So one of the parents didn't know that the kids usually go out to play. One of them doesn't know. So it was about, I said, no, it's not about flogging him. I didn't come here for you to flog him. Because your kids have been playing every day. For you to come back, you and the mother and the father to come back, and you are saying you don't know that the kids go out and play. Me looking at the kid, as I'm talking to you now, I can see that the son that he played ball with is still there. It's evident in his body. The clothes that he used to play ball, he's still wearing it. So why you actually told him that most times it is our negligence, actually. Most times it is our negligence because we have children and decide to have children and feel that God is the person that trains the child. It's not like that. You have to put in your effort. Put in effort. Little effort makes a difference. Little effort. A lot of people will train their children well. We will have one miscreant that will come and end the child's life without it's because of negligence. So I told the parents that the fault entirely is not the boys. It is negligence. Yes, negligence in the sense that for you to tell me, I don't know. So these kids, for me to now say, this boy, a boy that is not even up to 11 years, I said, okay, in this aspect, we should be asking them. We should be careful. We should know where they are, what they do. You know, the man said, that's true. And since then, I noticed that the boy has become a little bit respectful because he wasn't respectful, actually. He throws stones. And so after the meeting, I think the dad started having time to even speak with the child because the child actually told me. I asked him, where is your father? He said his father, my father, no, they come back till night. You know, I like me, I know if he get them. So, you know, so I said this night I'm going to come. Even if it's 11 p.m., I will come. I need to see the father. I didn't go to the mother. Mind you, I didn't go to the mother. Because what we refuse to understand is it takes a male child. It takes a male to train a male child. It takes a man to train a male child. A male child can manipulate a woman. He can manipulate the mother. he knows that the mother is emotional. So that is why I went straight to the father. Thank you very much.
I think there is a statement you made. Is it in general terms or in our tribe? Because you said it takes a man to train a man. Is it in all aspects, in all round?
Okay, what I want to say is this: training doesn't really require taking care of, character. Now, a man cannot wear a woman's character. Certain boundaries, and most times male children know they fear their mama. Most times, male children know they fear their mama. Yeah, so it's part of it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Gary. I would say that every boy child needs the presence of a male mentor in their life. Okay. Angel, can you mute your mic, please? Thank you, Ma, for muting. All right. So, like I was saying, every male child needs the presence of a mentor in his life so that this child can be guided. Not just a mentor, because anybody can be a mentor, but it depends whether a positive mentor or a negative mentor. So they need the presence of someone that can guide them positively on the right track. And I will tell you, a teacher in school can be a mentor to a male child, to a boy child. In the community, you can be a mentor to the boy child. Where I stay, there are boys around that I usually engage. In my compound, I engage them. On my streets, I engage them to know what's happening when I see them exhibiting a particular behavior. Sometimes I call some of them, sit them down, and we talk. I share ideas with them. And that is mentorship that I give to them. You know, when a father fails to mentor his boy child, when a mother fails to mentor her boy child at home, other people outside will mentor this child for them. And it depends on how they do the mentoring. The mentoring can be devastating and it can be something worth celebrating. So, North Angel just disappeared. I don't know if she will still come back. And I will have given her time to greet family members. But I see Engineer Ike is here. Engineer Ike, can you say hi to family members? Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, family members. And our mind is always in my mind, and my destiny is in my hands. I want to welcome each and every one of us to this very important talk show. I plead that each family member should tag a friend that will tag a friend, because this is a very important topic that needs to be discussed. Most times, like I said, the voice of boys or men are not heard because it always start as men's word, boys' word. You have to man up. So this is a very important talk show. I will encourage each family member to share along so that everybody will get engaged. Thank you so much.
Ike, over to you, North Angel. Can you greet us? Thank you so much.
Good morning, or is it afternoon? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, fam members. Good afternoon. I decided to show my face because I wanted to say something. If I'm allowed to speak, Chintok, I don't know if I'm allowed to speak. You've been having a lovely, positive, You've been having a positive discussion, and I must say that it's very interesting. Mr. Gary made mention of something, and I said, let me come in. And what he said is very important, I must agree. He said that it takes a male to train a boy child. He's not far from the truth, but I want to say that his statements represent typically the society we are in. I don't know if you can use your tongue to count your teeth. What Mr. Gary said, he's not far from the truth. However, I must say that his statement is a typical reflection of our society. Women in our society they've been looked upon as weak. They've been looked upon as, like he said, which he could be correct in generally, because I heard Chibes ask him, are you generalizing? Because in African society, women tend to be softer and men tend to be harder. But that is not the truth all rounder. My dad, for instance, was softer than my mother. My dad was softer than my mother. And we all know that. Everyone that knows my family will tell you that. Why Mr. Gary said that, I will say I agree with him, but I disagree majorly. I agree that male presence is important. That is why we are always clamoring for men to remain in the child's life. We are not saying you must be in a marriage you don't want to be in, but we are saying you must remain in the child's life, not because of anything, but because if you're a father, you should be a responsible father. If you don't want to be with your wife, that's fine. However, I must point out that let's look at the society. Go outside Nigeria, even inside Nigeria. You will see that wonderful men have been raised by only women. I repeat, check it out. Globally, check it out. Nationally, check it out. Locally, wonderful men, leaders of high esteem, has been raised by just single mothers. And also, Google it, Google and check. You will also find out that some notorious criminals have been raised by, I'm talking of men, have been raised by a male, even husband and wife, raised up notorious criminal, and single mother have ended up raising wonderful role model. Now, generally, you could say, yes, that is not much, this and that. But why is there cases whereby single mothers have raised wonderful, intelligent leaders and great role models in the society? Why fathers, I'm talking of men, why fathers and mothers have ended up raising criminals, murderers, terrorists, and what have you? There is more to the gender than the training. I'm thinking that this topic about the boy child is now going into parenting. We are moving away from the boy child to parenting. Nonetheless, let's be honest, it's more about parenting than gender. Because I heard you also, Mr. Gary, say something about boys don't listen or fear their mother, or generally speaking, somewhere in between. You may not be far from the truth. Why is that the case? Why is that the case? And I must say to you, is fear part of training? Is fear training? Should boys, I have 2 boys like my sister Chummy. I have 2 boys and a girl. I tell you that my sons listen to me too much. They don't fear me. They listen to me. So is fear training? Are we looking at a figure to frighten the child or a figure to train the child? What are we missing in training? Are we using masculinity to train? Or are we using guidelines and guidance to train? I've seen a lot of cases where some children are more afraid of their fathers. However, I tell you something, if I'm to say that, even these children that are more like boys, when I say child, I mean boy, because the topic is the boy child. Even the boys that are afraid of their fathers, it's only as a matter of time. It's only as a matter of time. When they outgrow or when they think they have grown up enough and have more muscles than their father, they start to wrestle him. So are we using fear and intimidation, or are we guiding and come, talk, Mr. Gary?
Actually, yeah.
We can't hear you. You're muted again.
You made a statement that I was referring to in the aspect of parents. Both parents should be present in a boy's child's life. So I wasn't referring to fear in terms of the child will be afraid of the father, then be soft with the mother. But my point basically was, I made a point about sometimes when emotions come to it, you act with when a child, I just made an example which is not generalized actually. Like a child might come and say, please now, then the emotion of a mother, then because you've made out the instructions that this thing stays, which can be happened both the mother and the father. But the importance of man and woman being in a boy's life is very, very important. That is what I mean.
Absolutely, yes. It can never be overstated. Never, ever be overstated. But I want us to differentiate between good training from masculinity, because that is what our society is all about. Masculinity for the boys. And that is because that is how we were trained. That is because that is how we were trained. So I want to say that that's why I came. I will leave you guys in peace to continue. But please, farm members, before I go, I will also urge the admin to shift out a bit from my, you can discuss what you like. How does that concern me? But again, please, for the purposes of male figure, yes, both male and female figure need to be present in the child's life. I am not in any way saying a husband and wife must be together, must. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm not saying that. Whatever husband and wife decide, so be it. But for the child, because the child was given birth to by both figures, it is important, whatever parents decide, the two figures should have equal contribution to the life of the child. We have seen cases where just men, only male, trained a child to be perfect. Only a man trained a girl child to be perfect. And we have seen cases where a man trains a male child to be perfect. We have equally seen cases where a female trains the man to be perfect. So also the woman. However, there is something else Mr. Gary said. He said emotion. I would tell you, sometimes emotion is even more from the male than the female. Sometimes emotion is even more from the male than the female. My father, cries more than my mother based on where they are standing. So it's more about, are we training or are we frightening, threatening, using emotional blackmail to raise a child? But are we talking about training a child, or the boy child also has emotions? I'll leave you to it. I'll come back if I think it's necessary. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angel, for your contribution on this. I would say what is really a good contribution. All right, thank you for muting. Okay, fam members, we have been discussing, and I believe you are engaging as well in the comment section. Chibes, if you can see the comment section, can you read some of the comments by fam members so that we can also discuss other issues pertaining the boy child? Thank you.
Great. Let me stop and say thank you. And, okay. And Timothy John says Nigerian settings, the male as told, controlled. I don't understand this statement. My dad will tell me that only women cry. That is from Timothy John. And Faith Collins said, true, with time they become resistant. Fear isn't the best. I think she's talking about what Los Angel says about, are you using fear or are you training them well? Then Oluwaseun Fumi said, some children will see their parents quickly. Fear will enter them. I think they are still commenting on Los Angeles review. Then Kehinde says, and they call it training on their own mentality. I think he's still talking about the fear of making the male child or children fears you and all that. Men don't cry. That's what my dad told me. That is from
Is it possible to talk about this? Is it because this is what we are talking about? The boys have emotions too. Do you think we can talk about this?
Yeah, I think we can talk about it because this is one thing that is so rampant. One, not just for little boys, but also for we adults, even husbands, and also a lot of people, particularly if you're a man, not just a boy. But it started from the tender age. At the tender age, you are meant to be strong. You are meant to be a stone, a rock, and to also absorb all emotion. You shouldn't tell people, you shouldn't show how you feel, which is very bad. And this has made a lot of people to, in one way or the other, do something that they shouldn't do. You see someone that's supposed to open up to the little things that is disturbing him, and the person will cage himself off. From there, the person will take a decision that is not necessary. You get it? So men do cry, but we are meant to understand, even from our training. Yeah, I will tell you that if you remove some perspective that we have and some teachings that we have learned from in our mind today, I will tell you that a lot of men in our mind also tell their children that men don't cry. That is just the simple truth. You get it? And I will tell you that a lot of people learn that men also have to speak out and cry from in our mind. These are things that are happening because I will not lie to you. I'll use myself as an example. I'll use myself as an example. Let's say that me, myself, you complain something to your parent. You complain something to him. Most of them will say, I beg, shut up. Don't you know you are a man? You get that? Shut up. Don't you know that you will be asking, okay, if I'm a man, what does he mean? He says that there are things you have to complain about. Particularly, let me use one example. Let's say you are hungry. Yeah, you are hungry, and you came back home. We went to school and came back. You say, I am hungry. You say, don't you know you're a man? You don't have to say that. You get it? So all these things, it makes people, even till today, push that training to their children. You get it? Because this is what they were made to undergo and things that is a normal thing. But it's not a normal thing. You have to say that you are hungry. It's not a bad thing to say that you are hungry. But a lot of men are made to understand that you don't have to say you are hungry. You don't even have to say that you are going through pains. You get it? You don't, like, let's say that when we are small, you don't. Yes. So let's say when we are small, you are walking on the way, like on the roadside, and eventually something happens to you. Let me use this one example. Let's say you're walking on the road. Maybe you mismatch your steps and you have a dislocation. Maybe there's a small wound, and when you come back home, they boil hot water to massage it. when they massage that leg, and you open your mouth to cry, they will say, shut up. Shut up, you don't have to cry. Men don't have to cry. I will tell you that I myself personally undergo this one. I will tell you, you should close your mouth, that you shouldn't cry, you are a man. And you wonder, someone that is going through a very big pail of hot water, they will still tell you not to cry. So these are things that we go through, and which is not a good thing. We get it. So men should show their emotions. Men should show that they are actually going through something. Yeah. So thank you for that. Chintok, over to you.
Thank you, Chibes, for your contribution. Engineer Ike, let's hear your opinion. Should men or should a boy child show his emotion in the public? Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon once again. The topic is all about boys have emotions too. The actual thing, the society we are in generally, Africa, we are meant to understand that we should be strong. You understand? We are meant to understand to be strong even while we are growing up. Most times, like we talk about, there's something Tibet said, you will something will happen to you, you'll be asked to man up towards that. Why is it like that? Because the society has already made it that men are supposed to be strong, no matter how it is. no matter what the challenges are facing, that the boys need to be strong because one day they will become men. So boys have emotions too. And the actual fact is that when this society begins to allow boys to be showing their emotions, I think that there will be balance in this world. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. I have a son, and by the special grace of God, he's 14 years now. I have two sons. The first one is 14 years now. At the age of 10 years, he has started behaving as the man of the house. Just 3 days ago, he fell sick. Unlike him, unlike others, when they get sick, they will just go and climb bed and they won't do anything. They will always want to come out to do one or two things. And I will be the one telling him, you should go and rest. Do this, go and rest. You don't have to do anything. And he will come to tell me that if he doesn't do it, who will do it? I said, every other person can do it. That you are trying to prove that you are a man doesn't mean that you don't have emotions, doesn't mean that you are not down, doesn't mean that you're not sick. But the fact still remains that you need to understand that you are not showing me that you are strong. Because to me, I believe he's trying to prove to me that he's strong enough to do whatever he wants to do as a man. Now, I, as the father, is trying to help him to understand that you don't really need to come and show me all these things, because I understand that actually you have feelings. Most times, all these things you see that is happening to boys is not because they can't express their feelings, but because how society has made them to be, how society has pushed them to be reacting to some certain things, how society has made them to start following up what is coming to them. I understand that, like me, there was a time I was having some challenges, and I was like, what my daughter was there looking at was, he was looking at my expressions. But I have to be a man. That is what we are saying here. It's not, if you allow me to cry, I will cry. But because I need to man up in order for me to show them that nothing is happening. So they ought to understand that their father is strong for them, because the father is the only thing that they have as their strength. These are what our boys learn automatically from us. Not because they are being pushed to do that. They just learn it from their father, because their father doesn't have to show emotions over things. So the fact still remains, we understand that boys have emotion, we understand that men have emotion. The actual fact remains that they don't do that on purpose. They don't do it on purpose, because it's how the environment has moved them to. So let me just say, in African environment, I won't talk about the Western world. Let me just put it in African environment. It has made them to understand that really we have to build ourselves strong as against the society we are yet to face. Thank you so much.
Engineer Ike, you really made a very, very important contribution to what we are discussing. And I'll tell you, this statement, be a man, has put me in trouble one day when I was still very young in the primary school. Uh, a boy came to our classroom and he actually got me angry with his action. And some of my friends told me I have to get back at this guy when we closed from school that day. You know, primary school. I decided that I would do it. But deep down, I knew that if I should face this young man, he's going to beat the hell out of me. But because I want to prove a point that I'm a man, and my own friends were telling me, be a man, be a man. We got to the place where I met him and I challenged him. Look, the guy gave me one blow. I went home crying that day. If only I accept the fact that at this point I cannot face this particular boy in a fight, I would have gone home peacefully, you know. But the hand of that boy feels like there is no flesh, only bone, when he gave me that blow on the head. So sometimes we have to accept the fact that we are weak. We cannot do a particular thing. No need proving to the world that we are strong enough. I want to ask a question. When I was growing up as a child in my community, um, even right now, when I go out with friends, um, they will tell you, for you to prove your masculinity, for you to prove that you are a man, when you sit down to drink with them and you're not drinking what they are drinking, or you're not eating what they are eating, you are not a man. What do you think about that? Let's start with you. Uh, is Mr. Gary here? He can comment. Then let me hear from Chibest and Engineer Ike. Because I went out with friends and they told me, you are not a man. What you are eating is for women. What you are drinking is for women. And I feel, I sometimes it makes me feel like I am all alone in this world when I sit with them. What do you think about that?
Okay. Actually, uh, like Nasenja said earlier, one of the problems, one of the stuffs we face is mostly about the society the society we come from. You know, most times they tag you. There are certain things that you do outside. People now tend to. I remember the time. There was a time I used to tell my kids, "Big boys don't cry. They figure it out." You know. But as time goes on, and I started listening to IOM, and I started learning a lot of things. You know, I decided to let them know that you can actually cry. You don't have to figure what you don't do out. Like going by like I wasn't here, but what I heard you say was about the food you eat or something you drink, and people will now say that you're a woman. Of course, it happens around here mostly, but I think the society has started accepting that any man can do whatever he wants to do, and won't be tagged a woman. Most of my friends now know they even drink again. They will go outside, they will be drinking malt or juice or bobo. So who cares when you are dying and you are forming man? Nobody cares. Actually, if you are considerate with your age and your life, your health, those things won't matter to you anymore, because you are trying to live. And if it's malt or bobo, if you go out in the bar and everybody's drinking beer, smoking, and you decide to drink bobo with your full chest. So, thank you.
Mr. Gary. Chibes, can you say something on this? Thank you.
Okay, this is actually one of experience that are very rampant. Yeah, it's very, very rampant. Particularly if you have friends, as you said, that take such drinks. Like you are trying to cover it. If you don't take alcoholic drinks, don't say drink. If you don't take alcoholic drinks, when they are busy taking their green bottles and all that, you get it. And you say, please give me Coke, Fanta, or Sprite, or give me yogurt. They will say, see this woman. They will not say you are not. They will say, see this. They will tag you as a woman. But I don't think that is what we are discussing. You get it. So I don't think that is what we are discussing. Because someone like me, I don't take such things. And people has been telling me from since till today, I don't even look at them because it's not part of my life. You don't do what you know that is not okay with yourself. And that is accepting yourself, and you saying that you feel like whenever you are with them. I don't know how. For me, if you remember that particular time that we were in VI, that I wanted that night, I wanted to go a party with Nos Angel, and everybody was preparing. At some point, I said to you, Chintok, I don't, this kind of, I don't do this kind of thing. I can't go to that party. You get it? And you are like, well, I said, I don't. If I go there now, sir, is it not to sleep? I'll be sleeping there. So it's better I sleep here than going there to sleep. And I remember that we bought a lot of drinks that particular night for us to drink and go. And I went there and take Feruz. You get it? And they were like, but you know they drink alcohol. I said, no. He said, I said, yes, I have to accept the one that I take. And I carry my Feruz, and I think that was a 5 Alive juice. And I went and take what I know how to take. So that is just that. You get it? And for me, I didn't see as anything. I didn't see as nothing for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Chibest Nos Angel is here, and I believe she has something to say before we proceed. Welcome, ma.
Okay, thank you very much. I remember Dorcas said something. I will say, Chibes, Chintok, Engineer Ike, Passion, Engineer Ike, Passion, Pastor Engineer Ike. Please, I don't know. We need to always prioritize. You do I talk?
Pastor.
Pastor Engineer Ike. All right, Engineer Ike, what are we calling you? You're on the screen, no? We are seeing only your head. Yeah. What are we calling you, Pastor?
I used to be a pastor, man. There is something I even wanted to talk. Yeah, I don't know. Based on the topic we discussed. This issue of why we say kind of putting fear on boys. It's not about men doing that. Like the example about my wife. When my children do something that is not right, you always tell them that when their father comes back, that he's going to report it to them. It's not that if I come back, I will beat them, but the kind of fear that comes in them that they need to do this, or they will start apologizing to my wife and say, "Mommy, please don't tell daddy." So when my wife keeps telling me this, I keep asking myself, or even sometimes I ask her, what does that really mean? Does it mean that I'm a ghost to them, that I put fear in their body, or what? I don't understand. Please, I want us to talk about this too.
Yeah, we are going to talk about it. Yeah, so we are going to talk about it. That is what, if you had heard what I said earlier, I said, is it fear. Are we training our children with fear, or are we training them with the right guidance? And even Engineer Ike, for my wife to always threaten the children of telling their father, are women? Are we now trying to paint a horrific picture of daddy as in daddy the beater, daddy the beater? What's the message? Like you said, you were thinking, are you a ghost? If anyone says to me, I'll report you to this person, does that mean this person will kill me, will beat me? What do you do also to the children? That's another thing we need to look at. So most times, it's because probably of the way you unconsciously react to them and the fear. I remember when we were young, I remember one of my family, as in Onuko's family, if their father is coming back, everybody will run away. Wah, 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 wah. Run away and hide, go into the room, they will hide. The father will not say, am I a ghost? Is there something he's doing? Sometimes we do things ignorantly without being conscious of our actions. And when children react that way, you say, what have I done? What have I done? Is another reflection. We need to reflect and see how we train up children. Do we beat them? Do we threaten them? We frighten them? Children are always scared as well. And I must tell you that this particular family member, when the children now grew up, they started challenging him, fighting him. That's why I said it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Because when you train children, do you want to say something, Mr. Gary? Did you raise your hand up?
Yes, I was to further buttress on what you're saying. Most of us, we copy our fathers when actually we did not even get results from what we did actually. So we tend to copy those characters that did not even yield any result, So that's one.
Thank you. And what you just said is a typical example of people we say, you will see some notorious people that have not, I'm sorry about that, people that you will say, this your lifestyle needs changing. You will see people, they will tell you, my father did this, my mother did this, my father beat me, therefore beating is good. Are you good? What do you mean by that? Your father beats you, therefore beating is good. That is exactly what you said, Mr. Gary. Tell me mute. That is exactly what you're saying. People tend to copy, and we learn by copying. Even when the thing we are copying is wrong, we just say our fathers or mothers did it. There is something I wanted to talk about. I think Oni, your network is bad. Chomi, your network is so bad, and I'm not happy about it because I want to hear your views as well. We posted, you said the truth, Mr. Gary. Exactly, Tokes. I just said it to him. So, Mr. Gary, there is something Doka said. Chomi, please, can you come back, please? Chomi, come back, please. And for members, I can post the link again for those of you that want to join the show. There's something Doka said. She said about kola nuts that I was hearing her from the backstage. She said, even children as young as 10 years, boys, not children, boys as young as 10 years are allowed to break kola nuts. And even if you're an old woman as old as 90 years, you will not be allowed to break kola nuts. If a young boy is there, even if it's your son that you're carrying, maybe he's 4 years, you're carrying him, they will tell you, you are not qualified. The boy should come and break the kola in the absence of men. Do you want us to talk about that? Do anyone want us to talk about that?
Well,
You're muted. You're muted, Engineer Ike and Engineer Gary.
Well, in terms of kola nut, kola nut, particularly to my tribe, is actually, it does not really has to do with respect, particularly about because if I'm not a titled person, and anybody that is a titled person that I'm older than, we break a kola nut in front of me. Do you get me now? So it's more like an activity within men. Actually, it's more like men's activity. There are some activities that are women's activity that men can't even come in there. Talk more of partaking in it. So that kola nut particularly is just a man's activity. But it does not mean that women don't break kola nut and eat. Kola nut is just a normal thing, of course. People eat kola nut in their house. But if it's a gathering where somebody is a red cap chief and I'm older than that person, that person will take kola nut and break it, whereas I'm there. Do you get me now? So it's more like a gathering thing. That's where you respect it. But apart from that, kola nut where they buy from Aboki chop, kola nut where everybody they chop. So anything can happen with kola nut. Actually.
Is that Oni Adenike? Is that Rachel beside you? Is that my sweetheart? Is that Rachel Ogochi or someone else? The network is bad. Okay, let me contribute. We can't hear you. You are muted. We can't hear you, Oni. You are muted. All right. It's okay, Oni. Let me say something regarding what Mr. Gary said. Yes, Mr. Gary, like a lot of people, we say it is tradition. Kola nut is, you said is not respect. I will say yes, it's tradition. And I want to say something about it. You see, in Igbo land especially, kola nut is just a real representation of what we are talking about. In terms of, boy, you're supposed to be the head. You're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to do this. Kola nut in Igbo land, I want you to listen because I've also looked into it, is a symbol of authority. I repeat, kola nut in Igbo land is a symbol of authority. It is a symbol of male custodianship of the family. That is why, because women are told you're under the man, or men are told they are the head and the leader. That is why if a woman is there, like the oldest woman, and no adult male is there, and there is a young child of 10, that symbol of authority showing that a boy is the head, a male is the head, they use the male instead of the woman. It's not a man's thing. Kola nut is not a man's thing. It is a tradition that upholds the leadership, the authority of the male. And that is also why, with your good example you gave, that if you're where there is a titled man, no matter how old you are, as long as there is another male, let's say he's young and he's a chieftaincy title holder, whilst you're not, because kola nut is a symbol of authority and ancestral authority kind of thing, then we now pick the younger one who is also a male like you, but because he has done the traditional chieftaincy titleship, they will ask him to break the kola nut before you, no matter your age. So kola nut in Igbo land is a real example of that leadership, authoritative. And do you want to say something?
Actually, women, they break kola nut.
Correct. That is why I said
women will get title. Women will get title. They break color not where men did.
You just confirmed what I'm saying. Kola nut is a symbol of authority, and it is also a male that male custodianship of the family headship. Now, you said is the main thing. No, kola nut is not what men do, like football for men. No, it is a symbol of authority. It's the traditional right where they stamp leadership for men and leadership for authority. That is why if the men and tradition have bestowed authorship on a woman as a title, they will not allow her to break kola nut where men are. But she is not going to be the first to break the kola nut. They will do it according to their authorship. Now, is it good or bad, or is it tradition? That is the question now. Is it good or bad, or is it tradition? That is the question. But I want to stand to say that whilst we always say tradition is what people come together to agree to do, tradition is neither good or bad. That is what people say. Tradition is neither good or bad. I will say, let's look at it this way, if I am allowed. Let's look at it this way. Remember, the picture Dorcas painted is a child of 10 years is there, and as the oldest male. Women are loads of women there. Remember, that child of 10 years is also underneath the training and the guardianship of the mother. And a woman of 90 years was there, and they now picked the child. What is the message? I'll tell you something before I tell you what I think. I tell you, they are not looking at maturity. They are not looking at wisdom, because if you're looking at wisdom, you say the older the better for people. I don't agree with that as well. They are not looking at intelligence. I don't think that a child of 10 years is more intelligent than a woman of 50, for instance, or the mother. They are not looking at age. So what is it? Why did it happen? Why is a small boy culturally accepted to break kola nut? Why an elderly woman that is the mother or the grandmother of only your network is bad, or the grandmother of that child is not allowed to break kola nut when a child is there that is a male with his thinking? I'll tell you an example as well. I want to relate it. This is not just an Igbo thing. I remember in UK, I always compare things. In UK, monarchy have to do with men. As long as there is a male figure, like the breaking of kola nut, in a family, no matter how young he is, he must be the king. If we have 6 children in UK, six children, first woman, second woman, third woman, fourth woman, fifth woman, and the male child is now the 6th. Excuse me, idiots. The male child must be the king. That was the rule before 2013, when Queen Elizabeth II, who became the king, the Queen of England, because every male child either absconded or were not available, and they now had to use her. That she's the only one, there is no male lineage, direct lineage to the throne. And she, in her own wisdom, also looking at, you see, I want you to know something. Tradition is what people decide. I want to say it again. Tradition is what people decide. It's not a respecter of age, smartness, intelligence. They look at what they think they want. Yeah. So it's flexible. So she felt found it worthy to have a discussion with their people, and they changed the rule. I think 2013 or 2014, probably 2013. They changed it currently, right now, as it is. Even it has been a very old standing tradition. Chibes, are you too now? I think the one on the screen is, okay, he's soon. Let me kick one out. So even whilst it's been the old practice acceptable, right now they changed it. Therefore, if the female is the first child, she must be the queen. Based on tradition is adaptable. Tradition is adaptable. Tradition also look at what is the current trend. Tradition is old. You see, most times the tradition we hold on to that if we don't do this, everybody will die. Is a lie. Nobody will die. Nobody will die. It's a rule made. And sometimes we need to check this tradition. How old is it? How old is this tradition? When was it made? Why was it made? People forget that. What did it serve? What purpose did it serve? Currently, is this tradition still in vogue? Why am I saying this? This kola nut is a typical example of the flight of the boy child. The place of men in the society, the burden placed on men, because with favor, with responsibility comes expectation. For the society to see a mother and her son, a grandmother and her son, or elderly women, and choose a boy of 10 or 4 or 5 over every other person and say that is the tradition, leave it. No, it's not just the tradition, it's a statement. Tradition is made to uphold certain values they have imposed or put. So that kola nut, you think is tradition, breaking kola nut is a woman thing, is a lot of things they put in for authoritativeness in terms of authority and male leadership and custodian of the family line. As long as even a child, I've been in occasion when there is no male in terms of no able male, and they say this small child sucking breast is a male. They'll say that small child must touch the kola nut. What do you think? You think it's tradition? There is more to it than tradition. Why should a small child that has no understanding of what is being done meant to touch the kola nut before any woman will be able to break it? Why? There is more to it than me. So what it's trying to say is, for me, the culture was created in order to sustain the identity. But we need to do something, Mr. Gary, Chintok, and Chibes. We need to think. We must reflect on whether this tradition still serves humanity fairly and wisely. Why are we complaining? Boys are saddled with this, men are saddled with that. Let's be honest. Whilst tradition is required, every country have their tradition, but tradition made at what time, for what purpose? Is it still sustainable? Because everything is susceptible to change. My question to you is, this tradition that we are talking about, can you look at it? Is it still serving humanity fairly and wisely. The so-called 90-year-old that is not allowed to break kola nut, and the 10-year-old boy that does not understand what you're doing, but is saddled with the fact that they will break kola nut. What do you think the tradition of that breaking of kola nut is saying? Simple. We are teaching boys and girls, men and women about value and power, about power. We are teaching them about power. So what does that mean? Are we empowering boys or are we burdening boys? I need us to look at this. Very important. Are we empowering boys or are we burdening boys with symbolic expectations? Why are we crying? Why are we currently crying? Why are we currently crying? They say it's ordinary. I saw a lot of comments. Oh, it's traditional. We need to check out this tradition or symbols they used to hold on to. Tradition. Does authority, let me ask you, oh, it's the men thing, it's the men thing, it favors the men, it's their thing. Are you selecting my child I'm carrying that is sucking breast must touch a collar before me? What are you teaching me? What are you teaching the society? What are you justifying? You are coming to say, we don't care about your wisdom. We don't care about your age. We don't care about your gender. All we are saying is authority, and it must be held by a male person, no matter their age. Is that empowering or is it a burden? Why are boys now committing suicide more? Why are boys now on the edge? We have failed to look at the fact that current society, because this tradition we hold on to, this tradition, we are saying it is the tradition. We have to be custodians of the culture. What has it done to our men? What has it done to our boys? What is it doing? The tradition that was made at the time was made because they needed power, physical power, to get things done. I say this without even ceasing. I say this every minute. Go and look at what was obtainable at the time the tradition was made. People will even go as far as quoting the Bible. Even the Bible was written according to the custom and the tradition of the people at the time it was written. The culture and tradition of breaking kola nut and the importance, authority bestowed on the child, as long as you are a male, to carry, is it empowerment or is it burden? Because if you look at what is obtainable right now in the society, if you look at what is obtainable right now in the society, you will see that unlike previous society, where men needed power, muscle, have muscle, dig the floor, dig this, do this, climb the tree, climb. All these things are no longer the requirements to find a work. Chintok and Chibes, if you must be honest, I want to ask you, in this today's society, forget about the culture and tradition at the time it was done. In this today's society, have you ever gone for employment and say you have muscles? Have you? No. It's not a laughing matter. Because when we try to speak, they say, leave our culture. I've heard women use this culture against men. A lot of times, a lot of women have used the same culture that put men on top against the man. That is why in some homes, as I speak to you today, I cannot agree that you can ever go to look for a job and say, why must we employ you? You must employ me because I'm a man. I have muscles. It's not, it could be obtainable in the olden days when these laws were made, because they need to know how many holes can you dig, how many farms can you trim in a day. You cannot say muzzle, muzzle, muzzle. But today, I don't know of any job you go and show your muzzle per se, generally speaking, unless you're going for WrestleMania. And you don't even need muzzle. It is a play, it's film, it's acting. They can train you to have the muzzle to act the movie. But if you're looking at a real job, welcome Solex. If you're looking at a real job, you don't go looking for a real job with muzzle. If the society is evolving, if a lot has changed, why are they still bordering and putting a lot of burden on the male child? Why? Women, some women that say, we die here with the culture. Since the men want to uphold the culture, they will now come. You will see in some homes, many homes, Chibes, are you sleeping? Many homes, you will see in some homes, women make more money than their husbands. In a lot of homes, in some homes, women make a lot of money more than their husband. In fact, in other homes, women are the breadwinners. They make money while their husbands have no job. And the wives have job. What happened? The wife will say, you are the head of the family. My money is mine. You need to go and look for money anyhow you can and feed me. There are homes like that. Since you want to be the head of the family, take it. They are working, making money and pocketing it, using it for themselves, beautifying themselves and their family. And they will not come to the man, bring money for food, money for rice, money for school fees, money for house rent, money for this and money for that. The man will start having heart attack. The man will start feeling, I'm dead. And he doesn't know what to do, because this little breaking of kola nuts, this little things that are justifying the traditional rule that places the man, because I'm sorry, he is a male. That is all. They don't even care about who makes the money. They don't even care about who makes the decision. They don't care about anything. They all know that waiting there underneath. Okay, that third leg, head. They will quote the Bible. They will quote everything quotable. And the man is dying. The man is frustrated. The man is going depressed. The man is sick. The man, you heard, for instance, people will say, my husband is sick because he doesn't have a job. Why? How many women are sick because they don't have a job? The role, the society, you have said it, Oma. The role, you are welcome. That is correct. The role of the men in the society need to be looked at again. Am I saying you should belittle them? No, of course not. I don't agree with any gender being superior to another. I don't think so. However, I think men are overburdened and heavily labored. That is my candid stand. I think that men are overburdened and heavily labored. And yet, men are happy to hold it. And yet, they don't understand. What is wrong with them? When you touch a man, I will allow you to speak, Mr. Gary. I know you came to speak. Mr. Gary, don't blind me. You're trying to blind me with your hand. So, okay, I'll let Solex speak. But I want to say something that we need to look at. Those traditions, is it empowering boys? Is it empowering men? Or is it burdening them with a lot of expectation? We should also know that it's important to acknowledge that society has evolved. Failure to acknowledge that society have evolved is why the last time we had a speaker here on IOM page, his name is Mr. Spencer. He said, when we say to him, men are more than women in the world, we had statistics. He said, leave these statistics. I heard him. He said, forget these statistics. That there is a stage men get to, they won't function anymore. I'm talking about what he said when we are looking at men and women, who is more. Because some men will say women are more than men. We showed statistics. Men are more than women. He said a lot of men are sent to war. A lot of men have a lot of disease like prostate cancer. They can't function. They are not men. I said, it's not your thing that will make you a man or not. You're a man, you're already a man. Whether it's functional or not doesn't reduce your place, but it does to men. I'm not a man. Men feel this is what makes them a man. So I want us to look at it. Are we going to hold on to the olden days tradition that was made at time immemorial, olden days, and use it, hold onto it today, and hold on to it? Is it killing us, or is it giving us a lot of burden? Is it obtainable? If you are, I will ask Solex, let's take for instance, I know you're a hardworking man, but let's imagine that even once you're hardworking, your wife is making, say, 200,000 a month, and you, Solex, you're making 70,000 a month, and your wife says, Solex, you're the head of the family, you're the breadwinner by tradition. Solex, you will take care of the family and take care of me as your wife. My money, forget it, is in my pocket. Take care of me as your wife and take care of the house. Solex, what sayeth you?
Hello, good afternoon, family members. Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. All right. Based on the question you actually asked me, if I'm earning 70 and she 200 and she said I need to take care of the family, yeah, I take it as a responsibility, but then that doesn't mean that she cannot contribute to the growth of the family, because if that is what I actually earn and along the run, that cannot actually settle the whole bills at home. So being a good wife, I think she will need to support to see that the family.
Okay. Solex, you're speaking English. I want to ask you, you're speaking English and you're beautiful when you're speaking English. I want you to listen at the question. I will ask the men here. The question now is, I am trying to say that traditional expectation of men is keeping a lot of burden to the man. That is my stand. I have 2 sons. Then I said, for instance, a lot of things, the society has changed. What was required for you to be a leader before was majorly muscles. Check history. Your ability to protect, to be in the front line. Right now, women, I know a lot of women that are military officers. Their husbands, some husbands are not working, and the women are military officers. They are going to war, which changes things. And I also know a lot of women that are not, I know a lot. We have some women that are presidents, few women presidents of the country, and are leading the whole nation. My question to you, forget what I said, tell me what you think. But listen to the question precisely. I'm not talking about good wife or bad wife. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the requirement. They put to you. They say, a man is the breadwinner. The man must take care of his wife. That is where I want us to look at. Man, breadwinner, head, take care of your wife and children. And your wife is earning, maybe by any means. When I say by means, maybe means of working or means of inheritance. She's getting 200,000 monthly, sure banker, and you're getting 70,000. And they are now, let us follow the law. Forget good or bad, nice or not nice. We are following the law. Head of family selects, pay the bills, and look after me. That is your role. What sayeth you? And remember, the period of being a head of the family, there used to be no electricity to pay bills. So there used to be no electricity to pay bills. So to live in a house, you need to be the one to build your own house. So there used to be no house rent per se. You know, things have evolved, but let's use today. Now, 200 versus 70, and breadwinner versus look after your wife. What sayeth you?
Yeah, as the head of the family, as the Bible put it, the priest of the home. So you just have to take your responsibility and do the needful. You have to make sure that you do everything possible to provide for the home and to make sure that they are doing well and they're living well, and every other thing that is being required, you put in your best and see that you provide those things that are required for you to do, to make sure that your home is at peace and you're doing well all as a family. You have to provide as the head, because everybody is up for it.
Your fellow men are laughing. They are laughing at you. You are quoting the Bible. You're quoting this and quoting that. I put figures in front. Okay, let me even make the figure more realistic. Your house rent is 120,000. The children's school fees is 40,000. And your bills is about another 50,000. You're making 70,000. You're speaking English. Is the English you're speaking what we pay the house rent? Chinedu, raise his hand. Let's hear from Chinedu. We'll come back to you.
In this part of the world, particularly because this thing happens mostly in this part of the world. The reason why it's like that is that, in the Western world, let me use UK for instance. You know how much you earn in a month, nothing changes. Nobody go dash you money. Nobody go. You don't go call somebody to do anything for you. You earn it. You know how much you are earning. At the end of the day, if it is 3,000 pounds, that is what you will get. But in this part of the world, we have a God of unmerited favor. We have family. We have friends. We have salary. We have wayo. We have stealing. A lot of things. So in that aspect, that is the reason why Solex is telling you God has given you the opportunity to be man, you must provide. If you know that you have 70,000, that's the only thing you get in a year, in a month. Nothing add, nothing minus. How will what else will you not overdo to provide? You get me? It's because of the part of the world that we are in. It makes us our hustle, like we say, you hustle. What is hustle? What is hustle? What is even this hustle? Hustle is siphoning money from people on merited favor, which is to me is thief. Because you can't not work and say you merited the favor. You know, that's why you see people begging here and there, beg this person, beg. And that is why most of us in Nigeria beg people that are abroad a lot. Be begging this. At the end of the school fees, you beg. House rent, you beg. You know, all these things are the reasons. Because you think God has given you the opportunity to be a man. Because you're a man, things is hard. Actually, I used to think like that, but not anymore. So you will now, if you reach to, you will now come and beg. Merited favor, God did it. You could stop people. Whereas you have a particular income. If your spouse has income more than you do, you guys can sit down. This is what I earn in a year. This is what you earn in a year. If she is truthful to you, actually, this is what you earn in a year. Let's find it a day. Let's do it. If this is this, let's do it like this. Share it. This is what I can provide according to what I earn. Help out in this particular way. Not 50-50, actually. It can be 70 to 30. As far as you earn more, there's no big thing about it. These are the children that you people will grow up, most especially, now they go take care of. So it doesn't really matter who God gave the. Some of us are having bad head at young age. It's not. I beg. So let's beg.
All right, Mr. Engineer. Asking me is Mr. Engineer. T-Best.
Actually, why the question you ask is a question or something that makes a lot of marriages today to be in total disarray. I've made a lot of marriage to clash. It has made a lot of marriage to be in disputes, and it has made a lot of marriage not to find peace and happiness. Let me tell you one thing you don't know, and that is the truth. I'm talking about myself, maybe for others. When you oppress me on things that I don't have, I will not be happy, and you will not be happy. So, for instance, let's say that I'm married, or now that I'm in a relationship, and my girlfriend is asking me for money that I don't have, which I know that maybe she has that money, but she don't want to use her money. I will tell you, I totally switched off. Switched off not in terms of talking to her, but our communication and relationship will not be palatable. And that is how family is. When a man, you married a woman, and that woman earns more than you, and still say you do everything, that you are the head, and that is how you yourself accepted it. Even if you wanted to do it with your full chest, there will no peace. That is just the simple truth. And this is what we have to tell ourselves, the simple truth, by accepting that we can't do it. But you see, there are people that they will believe that they can do it, in as much they know that they can't do it. At that period of time, you see a man going down. You see this person going down. It can make the person to even die because of too much thinking. It can even make the person to go and steal, or to even go to borrow money that he may not be able to pay. You get it? So these are things that we have to acknowledge, and this is because the society have made it to look that way, and most of men have accepted it. And that is why we are talking today, for them to understand that this is not the normal thing to do. You get it? it is for you to understand that if, like me now, maybe my I'm married, then my wife is earning 1 million, I'm earning 100,000, and our house rent is 500,000. Where will I get it? You have to tell yourself the truth. But when you want to man up, you will die, and then woman will continue and enjoy life. These are things we have to acknowledge and have to also understand that we have to start acknowledging things that we can't do. Most men cannot acknowledge things that they can't do. Even when it is very clear in their eyes that they can't do it, they will continue to say, yes, I will do it, I will do it. You will see the person will die off. So it's a high time we started to acknowledge things that we can't do and also ask for help. Your wife is earning as much, like times 3 of what you are earning, and due to too much pride and that, yes, you will man up, you do what? You wanted to make sure you do it while you die. But this is something that you can interact and it is done. So for me, I will not die. I will not die untimely because of such incident. No.
Why will you ask for help? Why will you ask for help when she knows how much you earn? Why will you ask for help when two of you are living in the same house? Why will you ask for help?
Excuse me. This is something that we have to discuss. But you don't make the money for. Full truth. Likewise, I don't make money for. Likewise, she know that I don't make it. So we have to come to an agreement.
I know,
you made a clear point. You made a clear point, I understand. But at the end, you said, ask for help. That's where I'm coming from. Why will I now ask for help when she knows that you earn 100,000 and she earns 1 million naira and your house rent is probably 500,000? Why will you ask for help from somebody that lives with you in the same house?
Okay. Why I say so, you know, most men, it is so hard for them to talk. Asking for help is not going to kneel down and start begging somebody. It's calling the person to, this is what we have to do. Because if a woman that you always try to make to understand that you are in charge, you always try to make this person to understand that you are in charge, that she herself also leave you on that responsibility that you are in charge. At this point, you know that things are beyond what you can control. What do you have to do? You have to call to the person. You don't have to just keep yourself like nothing is happening. Because if you do, he will also continue to look at you like nothing is happening. Some women are like that. They will see that, but they wanted you to talk. And it's just a simple truth. Thank you.
When I said something, I made a statement here. I said, because we are in a society where people believe that money falls from the tree. That's the truth. And I made mention of, if you are in UK and you earn 500 naira, 500 pounds, and she earns 1,000 pounds, and you guys' house rent is 1,000 pounds. If you guys don't pay, then go pursue now. You don't have to ask for help. Everybody knows that this is.
Maybe you are not hearing me when I say for help. The help I'm talking about is not an outsider. It's your partner I'm talking about.
Just listen. What I said. I'm not saying from the angle of man we done the suffer before. Then now we got the beggar. I'm just saying in a general terms. A nice wife should know that, if my house rent is 1 million naira, from your house rent, from your salary, you can't even pay half. Okay, pay this one so that you go still get money to pay another one. That is where I'm coming from. The angle of you are or let's say you listen a bogity, then you don't want anybody to put hand in. That's the fact. where you now said ask for help.
You are also going back to what I'm saying. You get it. You are also going to back on what I'm saying, because I said here that when a man acknowledges that he himself solely should bear the responsibility, that is when you see this woman have all this money, but they would do like nothing is. You say it's your problem, or you carry your problem. You get it. But when you make the person to understand that I can't do this alone, that is when the person come in. That is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I'm still not comfortable with asking for help. Why I'm saying so is that you guys live in the same house. And if you people decide to be married, it means you people should tell yourself the truth. Marriage is not selfishness. Marriage is a sacrifice. Marriage is sacrifice. And when you want to, when you are willing to sacrifice, it must be unconditional, not with condition. I don't need to sit down and call my wife and have a discussion about. I don't think it's proper. Not like I don't need to. I don't think it's proper if you are being sincere as a wife or being sincere as a man, because if the man is the one that earns more than you, he won't come and tell you to help her and pay the house rent. He will pay it comfortably. You get me now? The only way you will say ask for help is maybe the man earns more, but he is having a lot of responsibilities. Then you cannot ask somebody that earns little to at least give you some little to add. But when you earn more, it's obvious you earn more. And the person earn 100,000. You earn more, and you expect. It's fine, you can ask for, but if you are the type that a woman that expects your husband to come and ask for help, for you to help him, and you see that he's dying because of the burden he has on him, then you are not a wife. You are not a wife. You are not a wife. That is what I'm trying to say. So this angle of help, I know by him. Check house, check what you can afford. Discuss it. Afford it.
All right. Chin Talk, let's hear from you. Now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much. It's interesting to hear your opinion. That is not Angel. On this particular
talk as well, but let's hear from you, Chin Talk.
Okay, yeah, you made a very important point, and listening to Chibes and Mr. Gary talking about this issue of a woman supporting the man to take some burden at home. I think, in my opinion, from what you said, Nurse Angel, I think some men or the male child are overburdened with responsibilities, which, if they don't speak up, these responsibilities will weigh them down to the level where they will crush them to the ground. And the title man of the house, I think at this juncture it should be thrown out of marriages, because it's also doing damage to the marriage, is doing damage to the man, because when the man sees himself as the man of the house, the head of the house, that means he becomes the driver. He becomes the one that carries the load. He becomes the one that takes all the burden on himself. I feel the man and the woman should always communicate to know where each of them can step in to solve their domestic, to handle their domestic responsibilities, especially in terms of bills. It goes a long way to help. Instead of carrying title that one's pocket cannot uh, handle the responsibilities that come with the title, it is better for the man to be humble enough to align with the woman who earns more, for them to be able to take care of the bills at home. You know, giving the woman the room handling these bills also make her to feel, it will also make her to feel committed and responsible in a very good way. So when they were talking, there's this story of a woman that died in the hospital because she wants her husband to take his responsibility as the head of the house. Unfortunately, she died with money on her body. The husband was looking for money to pay for hospital bill. She didn't give that money she was having in her body. You know, our mothers, they usually have uh, something they tie around the waist to put money. She fell sick and she was having that money on her in the hospital. It became critical that the husband was looking for an addition of 20,000 naira to add and pay for her hospital bill. But she wasn't attended to by the hospital because he was seen as the head of the house, and the woman wants him to pay that money by himself. She died, and they discovered the money. At the end of the day, the money was used as part of what they used to bury her. So you see that this title, head of the house, is causing a lot of problem in relationships. Is also weighing the man down. Look, uh, culture, tradition, tradition of burdening the man with so many responsibilities needs um, to be obliterated. It needs to be wiped out. We are in an era that our own world today operates differently from what we used to have back in the days. So we need to also align with today's world, today's realities, so that we can also have a good flow. Thank you very much, ma.
So let's go on. Let's hear your view. I want to. Okay, go on.
All right, just to add up to what they have said so far, what Mr. Gary have said so far. You see, you know what you earn. Both of you know what both of you earn. So at this point in time, as Mr. Chico is saying, no, this thing has been there already, that men are the head. So it will be very difficult to take away that. But the only thing is that is our mindset, how we think, how we actually carried ourselves. Yeah, the man of the house, how you carried yourself, you know. So the thing is that it's just all about humbleness. And if the wife earn more than, okay, my wife earn more than me, fine. It's just for you to understand ourselves. She have to say, okay, you are the head of the family, you are the priesthood of this family. So now this is what I earn. In short, some wife must looking at this is the money. How do we go about with it? You understand? So let's see how far we can fix things to make sure that nobody sees our loopholes in our house, so that there will not be point of maybe going outside. You don't need to beg her. It's just for you to understand yourself, the truth of you have to understand yourself and say, okay, now let's see how we can make things right. These are our children. Let's see how we can pay their fees. Our house rent, let's see how we can pay this all together. So at the end of the day, we also be in same page and we are living well and doing well, so that nobody will see our loopholes in our house and nobody will know our secret. But when that love is not there, there's no understanding between you both as husband and wife, definitely, things will not go well with you both. Things will not go well with both of you. So definitely there will be issues around. So it's just for you to understand yourself and be on same page and help each other. That's why they call it helpmate. So the idea to be a helper. So if you are any better than me, you should help. So I will move on.
Okay. Now everybody is talking this and that. But I think the question was, if you are saying you are the head of the family, you wanted to be the head of the family, and your wife is making much more.
The breadwinner.
Yeah, you get it. There's one thing that most men, I want them to understand. When you meet a woman and you show the woman that you are the head, that everything you say or want is what will happen, that woman will allow you to do what? Take care of everything like you want, even when he or she have it. But when you come and make the person to understand that we are in this together, you have a say. Do you get it now? That is when the person will now, even when you don't have it, the person will come to you and say, take it. I've seen partners that they went to a bar, they eat finish, they calculated their bills, the man don't have it. The woman secretly put the money inside the husband's pocket, and the husband pay. You get it? Do you think that if the man was telling the woman, I'm the head, the woman will do that? He will ignore you. The woman will pack him back, go, say the head, pay. If you pay finish, you come back home. You get it? So this is just supposed to be an understanding. Like me now, I'm telling you simple truth. My girlfriend, I tell her, I won't be able to provide everything for you. So please do something. You get it? I am not the head. There are some decisions you want to take. You take decision on yourself. Take things that you know you have to do for yourself. You are a human being, I'm a human being. But when I try to make it that I am the head of everything, even without not marrying her, when I marry her, she will leave everything for me. Even when I'm sinking, she will leave it, say, you are the head. So we have to start acknowledging these things, not by saying, coming here, say, we have to put this. When you show a woman that you are the head, you are the this one and all in all, even at anything you say, head, carry the head. That's all. So why are we here today? We are here today for men to understand that you don't need to say I am the head, because all of us have head. You get it? So what you have to do, we have to come together to understand that each and every one of us needs to help one another. But when you think that no, the head is the head, that is when the head will fall down without even carrying the head again. So seriously, we have to understand that it's not about the head. Acknowledge that you can't do it. Most men don't acknowledge that they can't do something. You get it? When you know you can't do it, they in themselves, they are too proud to acknowledge that they can't do it. And it still saying they spoil and all that. So thank you for this particular topic. It will help many families, because let's say that like Chintok now, Chintok is married, and Chintok makes the wife to understand that he is the head. When it comes to pay school fees, head pay school fees. When it comes to pay house rent, head pays house rent, are you not the head again? Even when the woman has it, he will pocket the money, use it for another thing, but not that thing that you yourself say you are the head to do. He will not do it. So that is what we have to understand. Thank you.
Go ahead. If you're in the middle, that means you can speak.
All right. My question here is, I actually want to go a bit from our discussion though. I want to know, is marriage a business? Is a question. Is marriage a
Can you answer it? Answer it.
Me
Answer
answer.
yes.
Question.
Yeah, answer it first. Let's see what you think.
You mean I should answer the question?
Yes.
No, I want to know. That is why I don't know. That is why I ask. I don't know. That is why I ask.
You can mute. You can mute. Mr. Gary, do you have something to say generally? Then I'll answer his question.
I don't have. I want to answer that. Marriage is not business, so marriage is not business. Marriage is mutual understanding. Marriage is trust. Marriage is liking the person that you are living with, not to see them suffer. If you stay in the house, and this topic about head of the family doesn't really mean the burden carrier of the family. At least when two captains are in a ship, there must be the lead captain. So two of us are heads, but the lead head, of course. And all we've been discussing here is the arrogant man. We've not talked about a simple man, an average man. We've not even discussed about a new relationship that is coming together to marry as a man and a woman. We're talking about arrogant man, where not every man believes that head is leave everything for me. Why is the narrative always changing whenever we Nigerian men go abroad, and we married men and women, whenever they go abroad, provision, everybody becomes a provider. But whenever in this country, they see a man as the burden carrier. You get me? So particularly, being head is not being arrogant. Being head means that between the two captains, there must be a lead captain. It does not mean that the other captain doesn't know more than the other one. Sometimes it's even the subordinate captain that takes care of things more than the lead captain. It's just maybe experience or age or whatever that makes him the lead captain. So when we are in a marriage and when we talk about being a man, just being a boy that grew up to become a man and decides to marry a woman as a helper, not a woman as a child bearer, a woman as a helper that will come and be part of, and two of them will come together to help each other. I help you grow in your career, you help me grow in my career. A situation, I have a family that the man wants to further study. The lady took over everything, even the ones that the man was doing. The lady took over everything and allowed the man to study. After the study, the man came back. The lady wanted to study too. The man You know, it was like that. It's just a mutual understanding and mutual respect. But if somebody don't need to come and I know there is need for you to have discussions with your spouse and the family concerning how much you earn. That's nice. But in a situation where people hoard money, you are only allowed to hoard money from your spouse when he takes the money to go and drink cocoa or smoke what is not good. Not a situation whereby there is no garri in the house. You will be waiting for me that is in Sokoto to come back and buy the garri, whereas you can afford it. That doesn't mean that he stops being ahead when things like that happen. So I'm not particular about the bad man, that the arrogant man that thinks that everything should be left for him. I'm particular about an average man that is trying to make ends meet. And you as a wife or a girlfriend, you really loves him, you should help him. That's where I'm coming from. You should at least help him. Help doesn't mean he has to come and beg you, whereas you see it and you say you love this person. How do you even love person when you don't feel like doing things for them? Is that one love? Thank you very much.
Does anyone have something to say before I say something? You can raise your hand if you have something to say. All right, so we have, first of all, I want to acknowledge, and first of all, thank you all for your contribution. Then I want to say apologies, fam members. We just moved from the boy child to the man. And this is what we do. Boys don't have a place per se. We moved our topic from the boy child to the men. So hopefully, admin team, please, tomorrow, you need to focus and talk on the boy child, their emotion, their struggles, and maybe enjoyment or not. But based on the topic, current discussion points, I want to say something, and this is my stand. Soul stand. We've talked a lot about, and Solex asks, is marriage a business? Yes and no. Yes and no. It's definitely not a business solely, but we would say that marriage also have financial, economical requirements in it. But it has more than being a business, because you need love, emotion, stability, response. You need more spiritual. Some marriages are spiritual as well. Connection. There is more to it, but economy is also part of it, because without finance, you may not be able to sustain a marriage in these modern days. So it is not solely a business, no, but it has economic requirements, yes. So now back to what we have been saying. I asked a question, and the network has kicked him out. I asked a question, and the question was mostly something about, remember, marriage, it has financial, but it has love and other things. So the question I asked was, supposing, say men were once born boys. I agree. Supposing a woman earns more than a man, like 3 times, like a woman is earning 200 and a man is earning 70, will the man still say, I'm the head and the breadwinner? Is a question. And this is my candid answer. Number one, finance, your financial status does not determine your state in terms of whether you're the head or the tail. I repeat, supposing a man earns 70,000 and the wife earns 200,000, will the man still say, I'm the head and I'm the breadwinner? I heard all your points. This is my candid point. Financial status does not determine the head or the tail. I don't know. I have a head. It does not determine your status. If that is the case, the richest person will be the leader. So if we understand that your financial position does not determine your status, I want to say that does not mean I agree that your gender determines your headship. No, I don't also agree with that. I don't agree with it. Nurse Angel, what do you agree in? Okay. Before I tell you what I agree with or in, I want to say, whilst I don't agree that because someone has pennies or resources, they must be the head. That's if a woman doesn't have pennies but she has money, she's automatically the head. Or if the man has pennies, he's automatically the head. I don't agree with that. I think this, if you ask me, if you look at history and look at issues in marriages, this has created a lot of toxicity and also havoc in marriages. When you start saying, okay, you are the man now. Okay, man, do something. Show me. You see, there's a conflict and a battle, tussle, all the time, from past immemorial till date. There has been a tussle between the battle of who is superior, who is inferior. I don't know why there should be. Again, I want to say, marriage, there is more to marriage than what we are talking about. It's not about who has more money. It's not about what is your gender. It's more about, okay, let me ask another question before I say what is more about. Let me ask this question to Chibes, Chintok, and Mr. Gary that is hiding his camera. Chibes and Chintok, if you're married to a lawyer or a judge, if your wife is a judge, and there is a legal decision-making requirement, will you say, I'm the man, I mean something about legal. You have a legal issue in the house. Will you say, I'm the man, I should make the decision on the legal issue? Chintok.
I will leave it for the person that is professional in that field to handle it.
It's not possible because you don't have knowledge of it. Yeah.
You won't go prison. You can't now.
Okay. You guys have just answered the whole questions. You've answered the whole questions. Marriage, people always argue. In every two, there must be a leader. Every ship must have a captain. But do you know that leadership sometimes is turn by turn? I have never seen, since I was born, and now I am getting old, where one person is a leader for life. They call that dictatorship. Let me bring Chinedu. Is it true or false? You can tell me more.
Of course. Oh.
Chintok, is it ideal for you to have one leader for life?
Not ideal, man.
What's happening? My enemies are dead. Okay. So if it is not ideal for you to have a leader for life, if it's not ideal for you to make a decision where you don't have the knowledge in. If it's not ideal for you to use because of you earn more to say I am the power. If it's not ideal for me, this is for me. If it's also not ideal for us to say, let me bring it like this, because we're two of us here now. If it's also not ideal for us to say, because someone has pennies, if I'm allowed to say it, they are the head, whether good or bad. Because let's be honest, people will say unless they have illness, unless they have this. What about unless they don't have that? You see, some people will say a man, because he is a man with a penis, must be the head, unless he is crippled, unless he is this, unless he is sick, unless people say that. Chinedu, you're laughing, yes or no? Unmute, let's hear you.
Yes, of course. Of course.
They will say a man should be a head unless he is this one, and I'm wondering why. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why? Let me see what the family members are saying before I tell you what I think. Mercy said leadership is turn by turn. And Mercy said what will now happen to the deputy? And Oluwaseun say totally agree. Rhoda say yes, so financial status do not determine your status in the marriage. And Rashidat said awesome. And Mansi, wonderful man. Mansi said even if the man earns more than his wife, I don't think he should think of that. I don't know what we are talking then. And Tochukwu said there has been a battle about the men versus women. And Mercy said, Nos Angels stand toxicity emanates from marriage, where who is the head is in contention. And Adeleke said, this program is so impressive, like seriously. And Mansu, I need to understand what you mean by like that. So now I want to say, the world is a small place, but we inside of it make it harder. If until we go back to humanity, everything we are doing will be a battle of the survival of the fittest. What do I mean humanity? When I say humanity, I mean human rights, respect, love, the essence of being human. Everything we are doing, if we erode that, if we look at it spiritually, there is a war, there is a battle. If we look at it traditionally, there is war, there is battle. If we look at it governmentally, there is always an issue. There is always an issue and also always a battle between who is the head and who is the neck or tail and leg. Love, my brother said, love is about humanity. All right. Mansu said, even if the man earns more than his wife, I don't think he should think of saying he's the head of the house. I want to say this. The battle we always see in our society is not just man versus woman. It's not just male versus female. It's also wherever there is opposites. I've said this a billion times. Mr. Gary, do you know that there is a tussle between black and white who is superior? Do you know that there is a tussle between tall and short who is superior? Do you know that? Do you know that there is a battle between fat and slim who is superior? Do you know that even in Africa, there is, even in Nigeria, there is a battle between Hausa and Igbo who is superior? Do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that as long as there are two okay. What do you want
Even
to
in even in physics, positive and negative, they are fighting who is superior.
Even in religion, do you know that there is a battle between Christians and Muslims? Who is superior? Why is it the case? Why is even in religion, we all say we are going to one God? There is a battle between Muslims and Christians. Who is going to heaven? Who is the superior religion? Do you know that even in Nigeria, even in Igbo land, there is a battle between Anambra Igbo and Imo State Igbo. Who is superior Igbo? Do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that as long you're muted? Chintok, are you following me? Are you following me, Chintok? What do you have to say before I say again?
The
You're
network
muted.
took me out. The network took me out. I came in and I heard you talking about there is battle between the fat and the slim, battle between Christians and Muslims. Everyone wants to be superior. Based on what I heard, I agree with what you are saying. Anywhere we find ourselves, one person wants to be superior over the other. But I feel it is very important for us to begin to see things reasonably instead of wanting to be superior over the other. We should rather think of how we can make things better by putting our heads together. Even in the Bible that I read as a Christian, it is said that two are better than one. So if one wants to be superior over the other, that one person will be weaker than when the two of them come together. You know, they will be more stronger than one person. So that's what I have to say. Thank you, ma.
I heard you. Thank you for that. Mr. Gary, Chintok came with what we usually share in terms of two good hands are better than one. I always say to them in a meeting, when we are having meeting, when we are asking about is this person smarter, I say if it takes one person to build a house in 5 days, how long will it take two people of equal caliber or at least similar to build the same house? So the question, or rather, what Chintok said is the hierarchy. He didn't say it this way, but he was like this modern day question about leadership based on your hierarchy, one person to be the head. He's looking at more of partnership in terms of collaboration. Two is better than one. Many people will say, no, there must be one head. Two cannot lead. And the question now is, there are many things. I gave you guys a lot of instances. I asked questions. You can have decision making. You can have emotional stability. You can have accountability. You can have a lot of things where you want to say this person is more, this person is less, because leadership sometimes is just like understanding. Leadership is more of, I keep telling people, because I talk about equality a lot. People feel, oh, you're empowering women. I don't know what that means. Oh, you will make women to think they have equal power. I don't know what that means. When I speak of equality, I speak of respect. When I say equality is important in every aspect of our lives, what am I saying? I'm saying, wives, respect your husbands. Husbands, respect your wives. If we are able to do this, I don't think people will start saying, this person did this to me, this person is reducing me. If I respect my husband and my husband respects me, who will be changing one person into a slave? Who? If most times you hear men say, my wife doesn't respect me. I hear it a lot. Most times you hear men saying, my wife does not respect me. And sometimes we need to also look at to see respect, they say, is reciprocal. Respect, they say, is reciprocal. Why is it that most times people are saying, you don't respect me, I should be respected? If I respect my husband, if my husband respects me, will there be any issue about disrespect, Chintok?
There will be no
I like
issue
this.
of disrespect.
I like this. When we talk about equality, all I am talking about is respect, mutual respect. Equality is equals to respect. I'm not saying one right another. I am saying woman, all I'm saying. And if Chintok, let's imagine you are my husband, I am your wife. I respect you. You respect me. To not disrespect. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It was breaking. I didn't hear it.
It was breaking. I didn't hear it. I said, if, let's say, you're my husband, I am your wife, you respect me and I respect you, is there going to be a room for disrespect?
There will be no room for disrespect, ma.
There will be no room for disrespect, ma. Now, if there is no room for disrespect, if I don't disrespect you, and if you don't disrespect me, tell me, what does that mean?
It means we'll do our better. Whatever comes to the family, like the challenge, either the wife or the man, without even having the other, we take uh, equally, and we operate. Don't see one.
Can you repeat it? The network was breaking. Repeat it. My question again is, if both of us are husband and wife, I respect you and you respect me, I don't disrespect you, and you don't disrespect me. What does that mean?
We handle our challenges together. We don't see one person above the other. We move together to tackle whatever challenge that comes our way together. We see ourselves as equals.
Fantastic. You see, respect. When you hear me saying human rights, Chinedu, let's hear from you. Thank you for showing us your Ajinobi.
Oh, heat they do me, so I say make I come out. So, like, of course, if there is mutual respect for each other, if respect comes naturally with love, when there is mutual respect for each other, you don't have to be reminded of when others are down. You naturally take up the ability to be there for each other. You don't have to you don't have to beg for things each other can do for each other. Well, thank you.
Obiano, heard me. Obiano, are you there? Let's hear from you if you're there.
My network. I didn't hear most of the things you said.
I said, let me tell you what I said. People are asking me, who should be the head of the family? Who should be the tail? Who should be the leg? And who should be the neck? All these things they're asking, I think each of us have it. I don't know who is ready to cut off their head or cut off their tail or cut off their neck. So what I said is, Chibest, let's say I and you, we are husband and wife. I respect you fully and you respect me fully. I do not disrespect you at all. And you don't disrespect me. My question is, what does that mean?
I will say that, the way you make life for you, that is the way you carried it. If you make your partner understand that nobody is the head, nobody is the tail, that is the way it is for you, and that is the way your children will understand and see it. And when you make it that you are the head, the tail, and the stomach, that is equally how they will see it. But for me, I will tell you, I am talking about myself and using myself as an example. I always try to make my partner, which I'm in a relationship, to understand that there is nothing like head, though. You get it? There is nothing like head. There is nothing like tail. So you have to understand that this thing is a race that we are running, and you have to push one another so to get the balance. So for me, I don't buy the idea of the head and the tail. I buy the idea of we complement each other to make sure that life is easy for each and every one of us. Because I can't die like untimely due to some certain struggle and pressure that I wanted to do things only by myself. No, I don't abide the idea. I buy the idea that collectively we can make better and make something more super. That is my own take. For the head and the tail, me, I don't buy the idea. It's been long, safe, that I didn't buy the idea. And thanks to In Our Mind for also making it more broader to most men. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Wansu said, I believe one day we will have greater opportunity like this to talk about the happening in marriage, because marriage is supposed to be a happy marriage, not a sad marriage. And if you permit me to give the head of the marriage, I will give it to a woman, meaning the wife, because she's almost 75% in times of building of homes. That is one. So thank you for your contribution. Sylvia said, Africans are highly religious, hence the hierarchy of responsibility. And Hajia said, Yoruba culture is the best of all this because respect is reciprocal. It simply means true love with respect to train children. And Kainde said, fantastic. You can say that again. Still yet, some people don't know about it. They will be, hey man, they do all responsibilities. And Timothy John said, marriage is a beautiful thing. How old is he married? And Sylvia said, someone once said, God made men to toil the earth and feed his family, and the woman will pass through labor. So everyone should carry their own course. And Chichi said, who talked that one at Hajia? All right. Simple. I want to say this. Very simple. If you respect one another, I repeat, if you respect one another, I didn't see this earlier. What that means is you recognize your partner. If you respect, if Chintok, you're my husband, I'm your wife, I don't disrespect you. You don't disrespect me. You respect me, and I respect you. That means you will recognize my humanity, and I recognize yours. You will recognize my dignity as a human being. You will recognize my dignity. You will recognize my dignity, and I will recognize yours. You will recognize my voice, and I will recognize your voice. Chintok, it also means that you will recognize my value. That is why you said, if I am, for instance, a judge, and there is a case, you will recognize the fact that I have that expertise, and I recognize yours. You also recognize my rights. If you respect me, respect means you recognize my rights, and I recognize yours. And simply put, I will tell you that no one person is inherently less than another. Unless you want to say I'm less. Chintok, I don't think, Chintok, let me ask you a question before I begin to imagine. Do you think that you are inherently less than a white man?
No, ma, I don't think so.
Why not? Why not? Why not? When they tell you that white is superior, why not?
That is because we all have two limbs, that is two legs, two hands. We all have one head. The brain is there. Everybody has a brain, and we have the ability to communicate and reason. So it's just the matter of a difference in complexion, but we all breathe the same air. So I'm not different from him. He's not different from me.
But do you know that the tussle between white and black, who is superior, is since time immemorial and continuing? Do you know that?
It's something that has been there for long.
Can I ask you another question before I round off? Do you know that, will you say, Chintok, will you say that tall men are superior to you? If people are tall, like tall men, they are superior to you. Will you say that? And
No,
why
ma.
not? Why not?
Because yeah, doesn't give them advantage. Human being. We are all human beings, and we have the same life, one life to live, and we're existing in the same world. We all have the opportunity to explore. So, a tall person than me is not superior to me. Ma. He may be having the height in my own uh, yes, I have my own advantages as well, just like he may be having his own advantages as a tall person. So, what I may be having, he may not have those qualities. Thank you, ma.
The last question I can ask you, if I'm allowed to, is do you think that Igbo people are smarter than your tribe people? And why not?
I will still say I don't think they are smarter than my own people. That is because we all operate, we have different cultures. We are all human beings. We can, each of us can do what the other can do. I know Igbo people are business oriented people compared to my own people, but business is not a quality, business orientation is not a quality that is embedded in an Igbo person at birth. It's something they learn. And I also can learn this and succeed in it just like they are succeeding in it. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You have said everything. So the last question I want to ask you, I know your stand, but let me ask you. So if you think a white man should not be superior to you because red and you are the same human, a taller man should not be superior to you, an Igbo man should not be superior to you. Do you think that a man should be superior to a woman?
I don't think that a man should be superior to a woman. Looking at the fact that we were all born human beings and we all have life in us. The superiority of a man to a woman changes nothing. Rather, it brings a lot of confusion. For me, it brings confusion between the man and the woman. I think everybody should be allowed to operate based on their capabilities and what they have to offer. So the issue of superiority of a man over the woman is not an issue today. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sylvia, for asking. He's doing well. He's doing well, thanks. All right, so I want to say, Chin Talk, that yes, back to respect. Respect should flow both ways. Respect should flow both ways, regardless of gender, regardless of income, regardless of income, regardless of status, regardless of status, regardless of your roles, regardless. Look, respect should not be submission. It can be submission for one group. You respect this person because of that. It shouldn't be submission of one group of people over the other. That is why it becomes authoritative. And let me say, authority does not permanently belongs to another. That is why I hear people say, oh, that someone is the head does not mean they know this, they do this. It shouldn't automatic. In fact, let me say this. Yeah? Let me say this. For you to respect somebody, you must listen to them. If you respect me, there's something I was talking with a colleague. Yeah. Chintok, do you dispute me? When I say colleague, I mean in our Mind Talk show. Chintok, do you think you disrespect me? Or do you think if you respected me, will you listen to me or not to show respect?
Respect you, I'll definitely, because listening to you shows that I value you as a person and I want to hear what you have to say. Perhaps you have a superior points to make, maybe over what we are discussing. So I will have to listen to you. That shows that I respect you. Thank you, much.
Yes, sorry, a call came in. So now I want to say you're right, Chintok. And I want to say this, I want to say to each and every fan member, you are right. If I respect you, Chintok, I will definitely listen to you. If I don't respect you, I may not want to listen to you. Is that correct? Yes or no? Just show me. If I don't respect you, I may not listen to you because I don't respect you. If I respect you, I may also want to value your opinion so you will know that I respect you. Yeah? If I respect you, I will consider your feeling. If I respect you, I will acknowledge your capacity, your capability. If I respect you, Chintok, I will also treat you with dignity and seriousness. So what I'm trying to say is, this tussle between leadership and neckship, this tussle between who is the head and who is the tail, this tussle is irrelevant if you have regard for one another. In the house, I hear a number of people say, beg, ask for help, ask for this. But if we have mutual respect and understanding, and we come in and say we're in this together, it is irrelevant, very irrelevant, how much one person earns. Who earns more? Who earns less? Who will give more? You will see somebody coming in to take it. You will see, you don't even need it. Because of this, you are the head and you are the tail. Head, provide, tail, receive. You see people demanding, you are the head, provide for me. If I, thank God I'm a woman. If I were a man and you are earning more than me, I will not even think of providing. In fact, I will think of you providing for me. I'm sorry. If you are truly earning 200,000 and I'm earning 70,000, then you are telling me you are the man. What does that mean? This is what we talk about, the tradition, the culture, the definition of headship and tailship. Is this still accurate in today's society? Does it need to be revisited? If yes, what is holding us from revisiting it? Why are we killing ourselves? Why are we dying? Why is there a lot of tussle in marriages? A lot of marriages break, not because there is no love, but because of things like this. You will see some women, and also I see people saying some men. I agree. You will see some men and some women. A woman is earning 500,000. She has 10 million in her bank account. A man is earning 50,000. He is in debt. He's in debt. And the woman expects the man to run the house. Why? Because of this societal definition of a man and a woman. The man is supposed to be the head. So the woman will say, okay, head the family. It is your family, head it. We should learn to know that if we accept that this is not a headship and a tailship, or a headship and a neckship, if we agree, like our brother Solex asks, is marriage a business? If we know that there is more to marriage than the economic part of the marriage, if we know that marriage, in addition to economic resources, need respect, love, and other values in it, we will now learn to, come on, hey, what's up today? Look at this. This project. You will see people wanting to support each other to make the union of marriage work. Communication with respect. Everything with respect. Working with respect. Everything you do, if you respect. That's why sometimes I'll say it's not even about love. It's about respect. Some people will tell you, I love you. They'll beat you and do. You don't love me and beat me. Don't do that to me. You don't, even if, for instance, you don't love me and you respect me. You respect my opinion. You respect my presence. What else can I ask? What else can I ask? I would like us to stop here. Someone is saying it is 3 hours, almost 3 hours, 30 minutes. We'll talk again, we'll start again. I will say in our mind, it's always in my mind, and my destiny is definitely in my hands. I will allow you to end the show. It's your show, admin. Both husband and wife should help themselves. End the show.
All right. Thank you very much, Nurse Angel. God bless you for joining us and also sharing your thoughts on these issues that we are discussing on the page today. I will say thank you all our guests that joined us, Mr. Gary, Engineer Ike, and our admins that joined us, Chibes, Dorcas, and Chioma Nebolisa. Thank you all for your contributions. And I want to specially thank our IOM family members that stayed up to this very time. All your contributions in the comment section, we appreciate. And thank you also for powering. And we are going to continue tomorrow, perhaps with another topic. And we'll get the information passed across to you for you to know what topic we'll be discussing tomorrow by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Thank you so much for everything you are doing for In Our Mind Talk Show. We believe that you have learned something. We will also want to get feedback from you. In case you have questions to ask, you can also drop the questions in the comment section of this video, and we'll look at the video and also get your feedback from it. Thank you so much once again, and I will say, In Our Mind is always in my mind, and my destiny is in my hands.